This is the Real Talk Radio Show, and I am your host, Devlan James. Today's show is directed to all the fellas out there, all of the captain, save-a-hos, and manginas. Well, that was a brief animated intro to my radio show. Now, before I dive into the topic of this video, I just want to mention that this is not going to be an attack on any of the Captain Save-a-hos or manginas out there. If anything, this is a warning and a call to adopt a different set of politics when it comes to dealing with today's women. Don't help them eat their shit sandwiches. It's that simple. Stop helping these women to eat their shit sandwiches. One thing I've learned in my years on this planet is that women, not all but most, are experts when it comes to making the worst decisions ever. I'm not saying anything that none of you fellas out there haven't observed for yourself. We all know some woman or women that fall into this category. They date the worst types of men. Men that use them, treat them like shit, abuse them, and toss them to the side like garbage when they're done with them. And after that guy's out of the picture, she'll eventually replace him with someone who is either equally as bad or worse. Now, while all this drama is going on, you'll be the guy on the sidelines, eagerly waiting for her to give you a shot because you like her and you want to treat her good. But you won't even register on her radar. She'll tell you things like, "Oh, you're too nice," or "I don't even see you in that light. You're too good of a friend." So instead, you'll be the one she calls late at night. After the other guy has finished digging her out and is moving on to the next woman on his list, she'll be calling you in tears. "I don't know why he keeps treating me like this. And I don't know why. I just can't let go. I just love him so much." And you'll be sitting there like the Captain Save-a-hos that you are, dick in your hand as you listen to her bullshit and try to advise her, hoping that somehow this will draw her closer to you. But it won't. You're wasting your time and your minutes. See, guys, you have to understand the pure insanity of these women. They don't like good guys or decent men. And this should come as no surprise to any of you. You heard that song by Mary J. Blige, Me and Mr. Wrong? That breaks it down for you right there. Good guys are, indeed, no fun. At least not to them. Mr. Wrong creates an emotion in these women that they can't get enough of. They like the excitement Mr. Wrong brings, the not knowing what he's going to do next, or the element of danger he brings into their lives, depending on what type of shit he's into. So like crackheads, they will always run behind Mr. Wrong. What they don't know is that they're creating a shit sandwich for themselves. Because in the long run, as they get into their late 20s, early 30s, and about 20, 30 or more of these Mr. Wrongs have ran through them, they're going to be damaged goods. Emotionally damaged goods. You see, women are not built like men. Men can have partner after partner with no issues. But women feel an emotional connection with each of the Mr. Wrongs that they have in their life. So when she keeps getting used and abused time after time, it's really going to damage her. She won't trust any men anymore. She won't know who the hell she is. She'll expect every guy she deals with to use her, then dump her. And she'll begin to feel that there's something seriously wrong with her. One minute she'll be okay, the next she'll spiral into some emotional episode. She may even have to start taking medication to regulate her emotions and behavior. See, this is the shit sandwich she will create for herself in the long run. She'll be a wreck, and not someone you'll want to invest any of your emotions into. Sadly, you can find most of these women on those online dating websites, looking for their soulmates, after scores of guys have already ran through them and used them up. Don't try to save women like this, or help them eat their shit sandwich. Because she didn't even notice you when she was young, and she'll be too used up and fucked up in the head when she's old. And if she's doing online dating, she's going to continue to get used up and ran through. The next category of women I want to talk about are the ones that make bad financial decisions. They're the ones that like to shop till they drop. These are the women that love to have the finer things in life, even though most of the time they can't even afford it. So you'll see them with all the name brand shit. Fendi, Chanel, Coach. They won't have $5 in their bank account, but they'll have all that shit in their wardrobe. Now some of these women do have good jobs and can afford to have some of these things, but they make the mistake of spending instead of saving. They'll get a brand new BMW or Mercedes, a nice apartment, and they'll live the life while the money from the job keeps rolling in. The problem comes when the job is no more, and she tries to maintain that lifestyle. Now she has a big apartment that she can't afford, and she's driving a car she can't maintain mechanically, since it's so expensive. Many times these women will resort to putting it all on plastic, and over time they will accumulate tens and thousands of dollars in debt. Then you have the other women who just charge it all. And when it comes time to pay the piper, you'll hear them say shit like, "The Lord will provide a way where there's no way." No, he won't. The repo man is going to repossess all your shit. Jesus didn't tell you to buy all that crap. You see, these women don't think logically when it comes to their finances. They spend and charge their credit cards as if money is just going to drop out of the sky. They end up living check to check, if they're lucky. Some of them even go on dates just to get a free meal. This is why you shouldn't be so quick to pay to take these women out. These are the type of women that gravitate to the Captain Save-a-hos and Simps to come to their rescue financially. Now, if these women have any brains, they usually won't ask you for money right away. First, they get you hooked on them, either by putting on an act that they are the best girl that you've ever met, by always putting their best foot forward, or they throw some color coochie at you. Then when she feels she has you hooked, that's when the bullshit begins. You'll be finished hitting the ass, and she'll look distressed and bothered afterwards, after you just finish having sex. When you go to ask her what's wrong, she'll tell you about some financial issue she's having. Sometimes they do it reluctantly. They really play into that victim role. She may come to you like, "Oh, I didn't even want to tell you about this, but I don't know what to do. They're going to shut my phone off. And I need my phone because I take care of my grandmother. Granny isn't going to be able to reach me." And then right there, before she even finishes her sentence, your ass is already reaching into your wallet. "Don't worry, baby. I got you. I'll help you eat your shit sandwich." Now you're her hero. She is happy and all is well. Until the next time you try to call her on the phone, but can't reach her because it keeps going to voicemail. Now you know that her phone isn't shut off because you just paid her goddamn bill. What you don't know, though, is that she isn't answering it because she's currently getting dug out by the dude that's going to pay, to get her brakes fixed on that BMW. Many times with women like this, the vagina won't be exclusive. See, they usually view men as tricks and johns. Remember, she has a lot of debt, so she's going to need different sponsors. Women like this they'll drain you financially if you let them. Now, many times when you start paying their bills and covering for them, they'll lose the little bit of respect they have for you. They'll close down the pussy shop on you. Then you'll find yourself paying for her to open it back up. Eventually, you'll start seeing her for who she is. The true manipulative bitch that she is. You'll think that she's changing from that sweet girl that you first met, who seemed to, do everything and say everything right. When all she's doing is taking off the mask to show you who she really is. Don't help women like this, guys. Let them eat their financial shit sandwiches on their own. It's not your problem. It's not your problem. Seriously, stop helping these women. Stop coming to their rescue. They don't care about you. They don't give a shit about you. They just see you as a means to an end. And it's because of their bad decisions that they, got into that situation to begin with. So, let them figure it out on their own. You don't owe them anything. Now, I have another category of women I want to get into, but I don't want this video to run too long. So I'll split this show into 2 parts. And I'll come back and talk about the single mother in part 2. So please, feel free to comment. Let me know what you think. And keep watching. Keep watching for part 2 of Don't Help Her Eat That Shit Sandwich. Good night.